Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kate Giles with Courageous Faith here at the 2:30 hour. Today is a really busy day for me, but I wanted to have integrity in everything that I do, so I'm coming to you today through a video, so I'm not live right now. But you could always put your questions inside, the comment section, and I will definitely get to them. Right now, God has not took me to the full manifestation of this destiny that I'm on, where I don't have to work a secular job. But right now I am. But like I told you, I'm so encouraged because my leader talked about it again on yesterday, how she is her own boss, and that is who I strive to be. And I feel like, at times I'm so much like her. There are so many qualities in my personality that are definitely hers, and I thank God for that. But she also reminds me of my birth mother. My mom, she was such a great woman. She was an awesome entrepreneur, and she was an awesome woman of God. So I'm grateful that even though my mother is gone, that God has set her in my life as an entrepreneur and as a great person. And she has been working on a job for 25 years, and I cannot wait, to give up my secular job, just to do all the things that I want to do. But don't get me wrong, right now I'm in property management, and I love that because I guarantee you I'm going to own some properties, and I might be renting to you. So just make sure you're a good renter because, hey, it's about business. So let's talk about it again. So this week we were talking about the small business owner, and we were talking about the business plan. So whether you're going to be a Fortune 500 in the future, or if you're just going to be a small home-based business or a small business period, you need to still have a business plan. Remember, I told you about the lady, prophetess Francina Norman, how she was in the airport, and the gentleman told her that he loved what she was talking about and he would invest $25,000 in her, but she would need to have a business plan. And the unique thing was she stopped, she turned around, and she popped it right into his hands, and she left the airport with that check for $25,000, and it cashed. Amen. So that's a wonderful thing, and I want you guys to be able to do that too. So when we started out on the small business plan, I told you about the 12 components. So I'll just reiterate those today. So in your business plan, you're going to have the table of contents, the executive summary, the general company description, products and services, the marketing plan, the operational plan, management and organization, personal financial statement, startup expenses and capitalization. You're going to have a financial plan, appendices, and refining the plan. So those are the things we're going to do. We talked about the executive summary. We told you that that was the one you want to write last. You want to do everything else and then come back to your executive summary, because that should be like a 5-minute interview. It should be very short and sweet, 2 pages or less, something that when someone asks you about it, they can read your executive summary, even if they don't go into the other pages, and really determine whether or not they feel like investing in you or helping you with your business, such as opening a bank account, or the bank is going to open you an account anyway, as long as you have that EIN, that business license that I told you about. That's very important. So get those things done. And then you want to just make sure you have everything that you need. So then we were talking about products and services, and we got to products and services, and we talked about the marketing plan. And I told you when we came back on Monday, we were going to get into other things that you need to deal with. So we talked about the marketing plan, and we talked about the economics of it. So I'll just remind you of what we talked about on Friday. So we talked about the market research and why you need it. We talked about marketing research and how to do it. And we talked about where you could start at. And I told you to start at your local libraries because they can really help you. And I wanted you to know that the librarians in the library, they are a wealth of information. Like I told you, you can go in and they will help you. And this is free. This is free help. They'll show you how to do it. They'll show you how to even get your business plan written out. You're going to have to put the words in, but they can help you and guide you through it. And also, you want to, we talked about the primary marketplace, and we talked about the secondary marketplace. Those were things that we talked about on Friday. Then we talked about the economics of it all, the facts about your industry. I told you to make sure you know what is the total size for your market, what % share of the market you'll have, what are you going to impact the industry with? What is the current demand in the market for the type of business that you're starting? What are the trends in your market? The growth trends, the trends in customer preference, and the trends in product development. And then is there growth potential and opportunity in a business of your size? So you want to open a business that can grow to a Fortune 500. Even if you want to keep it small, you want to make sure that sooner or later one of your goals hopefully is to be traded on the market, that you have your number and people can invest in you, in the stock market, and you'll have your little number for your business, and you can go in and people can buy, shares into your company, and that's what makes you successful, even more successful. That's what you want to get to. So that's what I want to do. I want to make my businesses, my corporation, Carriage Limited, big enough that once I can get in that Fortune 500 range, I can have, over hundreds of thousands of employees coming in every day with benefits and everything, and willing to work in this industry with me to do what I'm doing, to be a faith-based coaching firm, and to make sure that everything goes well, and to make sure that even when I'm out motivating and I'm doing seminars, that everything can run, and that someone can take a plan that I set up and put together and take it out to the masses and to the people. So that's what you want to do for your individual businesses, no matter what they are. So we talked about the products and we went over that. So now I want to really get into, some things from that, and talk to you about what barriers to enter, what barriers to entry do you face entering this market with your new company. Some typical ones are this. Okay, so these are some of the barriers you're going to face. So you want to know this. And we did talk about this on Friday as I look at my notes, but it was a high capital cost, high production cost, high marketing cost, consumer acceptance and brand recognition, training and skills, unique technology and patents, unions, shipping costs, tariff barriers, and quotas. So you want to know all of that. And of course, how will you overcome the barriers? How could the following affect your company? Change technology, government regulations, changing economy, and change in your industry. So those were the things that I wanted to remind you about for your small business plan from Friday. So going forward into this, we want to talk about your product. Okay, so in the product and service section, you want to describe your products and services that you see as you see them. So if you're saying that you're going to do pocketbooks, you want to let them know how many, divisions you're going to have to start out over the first 5 years, and when are they going to launch? Is it going to be every season? Is it going to be twice a year? How are you going to introduce new things to your people, new products to your people? And then you want to give out the features and the benefits. So you want to list everything. So what you want to do is you want to list all your major products and services. So if you're a service company like I am, I'm going to have to list all the services that I'm going to be able to give to you. What do I bring to the table when I come in? If I go into a company and they need to be organized, what does KRG Limited, what are we going to do when we go in to do that, and how does that still connect to Courageous Faith? Courageous Faith will be, showing people that you can go into a Fortune 500 as a small business and organize their structure, how you can be a consultant, which is one of those things that I am in KRG Limited on many matters. And you can go and you can consult and help people get themselves together and train them how to do what it is that they do more effectively, because some people may be educated in an area, but they're not organized. And one thing I can't stand is someone who is not organized. That really bothers me. If you're not organized in your business and it doesn't flow, what we can do here is we come in and show you flow. So if that's one of the type of service providers you are, you want to make sure you put that out in detail. So that's what I would do. So you want to list all your major products and services. For each product and service, describe the most important features. That is, what will the product do for the consumer and what is special about it. Know for each product and service describes its benefits. That is what the product will do for each customer. So you want to do that. And note the difference between the features and the benefits, and think about them. So make sure that you really have it. Like, for example, a house gives shelter and lasts a long time, is made with certain materials and to a certain design. Those are its features. Its benefits includes pride of ownership, financial security, providing the family inclusion in a neighborhood. You build features into your product so you can sell the benefits. What after-sale services will be given? For example, delivery, warranty, service contract, support, follow-up, and the refund policy. You always want to be a business that has a refund policy, okay? One thing I can't tolerate is those businesses that tell you that everything is final. That's not really good customer service, because sometimes you might sell me a product that is bad. You may not have known it, but you should have some kind of, system in place where I can come back to you if I have a complaint, even if I'm coming back to you with a complaint and you tell me, okay, well, let's get on the line and we're going to call the actual manufacturer. Let's say I'm a store, and I sell other people's goods. So we're going to call the manufacturer of this particular product, and we're going to have them, let's get you out a refund, or what it's going to do. What's going to happen? You're going to always come back to my place of business. You're going to always come back and see me, because I was very kind to you when I decided to make sure that you got what you needed. So that's something you need to do. The next thing you need to do in products and services is you need to deal with your customers. You need to identify in your business plan your target customers, their characteristics, the geographic location, And I'm talking about the geographic location, that's demographics. Make sure you're putting your business in the right place. Even if you're a home-based business and you're going out and maybe you're going to vend your stuff, you're going to have to vend it in the right areas, okay? So the description will be completely different depending on whether you plan to sell to others, businesses, or directly to customers. If you sell products rather to customers, but you sell it through a channel or a distributor, wholesaler, or retailers, then you must carefully analyze both the end customer and the middleman businesses to whom you sell. So the middleman business would be me creating this product of Courageous Faith, Let's Talk Business. So who would I sell this to? Who would be the middleman that I would want to have my product on their shelf? And then they sell it to someone else. They're going to have some information about my stuff in the bookstore. You know, they're going to have some information about that. So then you may well have more than one customer group. Identify the most important groups. Then for each customer group, construct what is called the demographic profile. So let's be mindful of this, guys. If you have to write it down, write it down. But I'll give you the link to this plan that I used. So you want to have their age, their gender, their location, their income level, social class and occupation, and their education, and anything else that you might find specific to your industry. And for the business customer, the demographic factors would be this: what industry are they in, the location, the size of the firm, quality, technology, and price preferences. You're going to have to know when you're selling to businesses. So I'm going to have to make sure that when I'm going in to coach, these companies on how, they can have a faith-based business. There's a faith-based customer. They may want me to come in and train their employees on some things, but because I have a faith-based background, I'm right for them. But they want me to give them a work ethic. They want me to show them how, not being lazy or getting the full potential out of your day is something that they need. So that's something that I would come in and I would provide. Then you want to also know about the competition. What product and companies will you be competing with? This is very important. So you want to know who they are. And like I said, even though I may be a small business and I may be a life coach, I may be a motivator, and I may be doing this, right now from my home as a small base business. But what's going to happen is I need to know who my competitors are. But with that, know that everybody can't service everybody. Everybody can't service everybody. One person can't service the entire world. There are billions of people in this world, so there's room for all of us. So always remember that. So you want to list your major competitors, their name and their address. Will they compete with you across the board, or just on certain products or certain customers or certain locations? Then you want to ask yourself, will you have important indirect competitors? For example, video rental stores compete with theaters, though there are different types of businesses. So you have those people that don't go to the movie theater, but yet they use the Fire Stick, because what does Fire Stick do? Even if it's in the movies, it can come out on Fire Stick and you can buy it and watch it at home. See, some people don't like going to the theater. Some people have phobias. So those are the people that might watch movies from home. How will your product and service compare with the competition is something that you want to ask yourself. Okay, so then you want to also, in this plan, you want to use a table, they're telling me, so in this table, you want to have it, and you use the table, and it's called a competitive analysis. And, and it says that in the table, you're going to compare your company with your 3 most important competitors. In the first column are the key competitor factors. Since they vary from one industry to another, you may want to customize the list of factors. It is called in the cell called Me, state how you honestly think you will likely stack up in customers' minds. Then check whether you think this factor will be a strength or a weakness for you. Sometimes it is hard to analyze your own weaknesses, but try to be very, very honest. Better yet, get some disinterested strangers to assist you. This can be a real eye-opener. And remember that you cannot be all things to all people. You cannot be all things to all people. That's why I'm saying there's room for everybody in this industry. Like I was telling a friend of mine who is also, working to be a life coach as well. Even though, her and I, we are both faith-based, but there may be a different clientele that we'll be talking to. My clientele may be helping ex-criminals who want to start businesses, or I might be helping a young lady who used to be a stripper and now she wants to turn her life into a different thing, because I'm one of those people. Sometimes I go where people don't want to go. I want to help those people that people don't want to go. And as a Christian, everybody doesn't want to walk into a bar and meet people and then help them get to the next phase in their life. But I'm that person, I do that. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with talking to a young lady down off the pole. I don't have a problem with talking to the drug dealer on the corner and showing him how he can take that hustle and turn it into a mega business, and do it legitimately and be on the books. Yeah, I can do that. So these are the things that you want to talk about and want to do. So you want to always make sure that you can't be everything to all people. In fact, trying to be so causes many businesses to fail, and it scatters and it dilutes your efforts. So you don't want to do that. So you want to do that competitive analysis. So in the columns you would have, your factor. That would be your products, your price, your quality, selection, service, reliability, stability, expertise, company reputation, location, appearance, sales method, credit policies, advertising, and image. And that's what you're going to have in your first column going straight down. The next column that you will have going over horizontally would be me, your strengths and your weaknesses, your competitor A, competitor B, competitor C, and then your importance to the customer. So that's how you do that table. And I guarantee you, I promise you, I'm going to upload these things. I'm telling you, kgiles.com is going to be a wealth of information. Like I said, KRG Limited is going to definitely be the concierge service for the business owner. We're going to be able to help you, but you'll just be able to know that when you deal with me, I pray. And I get what I pray for. I'm confident in God that now that knowing the way my faith is with Him, and this is the Courageous Faith segment, that I know that because I have faith, I'm pleasing Him, because without faith, it's impossible to please Him. And I know that since I'm working at it with my faith and my works are going together, and they're not dead, that God is going to definitely increase me in these areas. So just know that. And then know your niche. And what that is NICH. Know the niche. Know your potential. Know your worth. Know what your specialty is. So that's what a niche is. And know that you have systematically analyzed your industry, your product, your customers, and your competition. You should be a clear picture or where your company fits into the world. You should have a clear picture on that. Okay, guys? So make sure you're mindful of that. And in one short paragraph, define your niche, your unique corner of the market. Be colorful with it. Be amazing with it. Be awesome with it. I mean, if it's a video, make sure you make your paragraph and then say, what, in this presentation, I want to show you a short video of what I'm talking about or what I mean or what I'm saying. Okay? And then after that, the last thing we're going to talk about today is your strategy. Make sure you know your strategy. Outline the marketing strategy that is consistent with your niche. So make sure that they match. Make sure they go together. Everything in this business plan has to talk to one another. It has to roll off. Just like a Bible verse. It goes from the beginning to the end, and it gives you a meaning throughout the whole thing, and it all works together. So do that. So what you're going to do with your strategy, and we'll talk about that on tomorrow, but I'm going to give you the bullet points in strategy. We're going to talk about the promotion of it, the promotional budget. We're going to talk about pricing, and we're going to talk about the proposed location, distribution channels. So let's remember that. So for tomorrow, we're going to talk about the distribution channels. We're going to talk about the proposed location. We're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about promotional budget and the promotion of it. So that's the strategy. Those are the strategies that we're going to have. And we're going to get into a little in depth with that because I don't want to rush it. But I want you guys to know to have a beautiful day today. Know that God loves you. Know that your courageous faith is going to put you over the top. Don't let anything deter you from your dreams. Work with me and I'll work with you. I'm telling you, give me a call if you want to set up a meeting, and we can get it done. We can sit down and get these things in play and in plan. Remember, I'm in Philadelphia, but I can travel to you. Yes, I can travel to you, but just remember, this is the business for me. So traveling is going to cost, and there are some fees, but just know that God is able, and some things I can upload you for free, some things may cost you, but I guarantee you're going to be a wealth better for this, because I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to be productive and be awesome. So just remember, at the end of this broadcast, this is a tape today. Look at that. I'm sorry, guys. But just remember to go to my page and, follow me. And if you follow me and you follow my videos, now Facebook has it set up where you can go to videos and then go to the videos and you can click and subscribe to my videos, and I'll be there for you. And also look for the links that are going to come up in my bio soon for all the places you can find a wealth of information from Courageous Faith. Let's Talk Business with Kay Giles. And then, remember that Courageous Faith is a faith-based program. So when we get finished talking business, we may be talking something different in Courageous Faith. The next thing may be how to effectively groom yourself for ministry. Just to even be an effective lay member is a key thing. It doesn't have to always be about a title. We're going to talk, after the business series is over, is having courageous faith and being an effective lay member. Understanding that you are extremely important, and even when you don't have a title on your name, you have to be courageous because God called us all to be disciples. So have a great day. Know that I love you. Be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow live at the 2:30 segment. But for today, just know that God is able. He can do anything but fail. And this is Kay Giles with Courageous Faith. And I've given you 20 minutes of power today because I'll be very busy. So right now, I'm giving you 20 minutes. If you have those questions, inbox me. You can email me at KKAYERGILES@gmail.com. Any of your questions, and I'll be happy to do that for you. Have a prosperous and blessed day.